Los Santos. It's one hell of a town. The city of saints, so they say. But there's not many saints here from what I've seen. It's a town of haves and have-nots. On one side, they barely know they're born, throwing away money and wasting their lives, not a thought for anyone else.
Hi!
Adored by the masses, they just live to feed their excesses, only aspiring for vacuous fame. Looks dictate fame nowadays. Talent has all but disappeared. The world only sees the glitz and glamour of LS. But that's not the city I see. You only have to drive for 10 minutes to see the difference. On the other side, it's desperate people on the fringes of society. Some have to beg for money. Some stand on the corners trying to sell themselves. And some decide they'll take what they want, by any means. This gang was real professional. It took us months to realize that we were looking for the same people for over a dozen robberies all over the city. They started off raiding small stores, using intimidation to get what they wanted. Then they started escalating their activities. And as the crimes grew, so did their propensity for violence. A threat became a punch, and then a punch became a fractured skull. They moved in quickly, grabbed the most valuable items, and got out before the authorities had a chance to respond. Though they carried firearms, they only used them for the fear factor. Sure, they got more violent, but they'd never killed before. Now, 3 guards lay dead, and I had to stop them. I'd spent the night doing the usual routine, driving around the city, following leads, questioning witnesses and informants. If anyone knew anything, they weren't talking. I kept hitting dead ends and brick walls. Nobody had any information we didn't have already. I decided there was only one more place I could go that might help. The Vanilla Unicorn, where the drinks were cheap and the girls were cheaper. It was a place I could unwind after a hard shift, have a few drinks, watch a few dances. Over the past few months I'd spent more and more nights there, maybe more nights than I should have. I was in a funk. Tonight not even the ladies could cheer me up. The one thing I was grateful for was that the rain had finally stopped. I was ordered to go to the hospital so they could run some tests.
Sobriety is fucking boring. Word.
I let the doctors give me a once-over and then I checked myself out. A couple of bruised ribs weren't gonna slow me down too much. I had went back to the station to go over the security camera footage we'd taken from the club. There weren't any clues that I could see. The bomber didn't plant a device at the strip club. There weren't any suspects, any leads. If they'd wanted me dead, they would have hit the button once I was in the car, but they didn't. I took it as a warning, and then ignored it. I decided to call it a night. Since my car was gone, I had to use one of the undercover vehicles from the precinct. And that's when I first saw her. She told me her name was Roxy, and that she needed help. She said she could only trust me. I told her to get in. We drove in silence. I'd only just clicked who she was. She called herself Roxy now, but I knew her as Cinnamon. I almost didn't recognize her with her extensions out and her clothes on. I took her back to my apartment. She drank, and she talked. She told me about Joseph. She'd been his mistress for nearly 3 years now. Apparently he used to take care of her, but she told me how he had changed over the last year, getting more and more unpredictable. Joseph planned the jobs, and his crazy friend Richie was the muscle. When they needed to, they hired outsiders to fill the team. The longer they didn't get caught, the more their egos grew. The more their egos grew, the more Joseph listened to Richie. And the more he listened to Richie, the more violent he got, with their victims and with her. And after the murder, she realized she couldn't take it anymore. And now, she was ready to testify against them both. She was exhausted, so I gave her the bed, and I took the couch. I knew I had to take her to the FIB and get her into witness protection. I tried to sleep. The next day, once she got herself together, we left the apartment. I was going to make sure that she could disappear and start a new life once she'd put those bastards away. I didn't know how he found her. I should have taken her straight to the bureau. It was my fault. I'd let her down. She depended on me, and I'd failed her. I knew she wasn't a saint, but she didn't deserve this. Her only crime was trying to do what was right. I knew what I had to do. She deserved justice, and I knew where to start. Richard Collins. He was released from Bolingbroke Penitentiary 11 months ago, and then moved into a trailer in Sandy Shores. His parole officer said he'd been keeping his appointments, so he'd been heading down to the city to commit the heists, and then back up to Sandy Shores so he didn't violate his parole conditions. Roxy said that on any given night I could find him in the local bar, the Yellow Jack Inn, so that's the first place I went. A stakeout was in order. It took hours, but it finally paid off. He drove right past me. I had to duck down in my seat so he wouldn't see me. I always had a set of knuckle dusters in my pocket, but rarely got to use them. Now was my chance. I didn't want a police vehicle being connected to what I had in mind, so I decided to take Richie's car. Richie finally woke up. As you can imagine, he had a few questions. Once I'd explained the situation to him, he became less reluctant to talk. And once he heard the crossing alarm, he gave me the address. It was time to get out of there. I hadn't counted on his car not working. I didn't have time to deal with the country cops. I needed to get back to the city before Joseph realized what had happened to Richie. If I missed him now, I wouldn't get another chance to catch him.
Ah, Detective MacArthur, is it? It's nice to finally meet you.
Joseph Quinn, you are under arrest for assault, armed robbery, conspiracy to attempted murder of a police officer, and conspiracy to murder.
Gonna stop you there, Detective? Because I don't give a fuck about what rights I've got.
Quinn, one way or another, you're going down.
The only one that's going down is your mother. Ain't that right, boys? Oh, for fuck's sake. I suppose I don't pay you to laugh, do I? Just fucking kill this cunt.
My only two options were to make a run for the gate and definitely get shot in the back, or go in blasting and probably get shot in the face. I guess I'd already made my decision.
Wish I could find my pen. What am I taking? Yeah, what am I waiting for? I gotta pack up the Louis, and I can't leave a thing behind. Gotta pack up the Louis. Will it be different? Change your mind. I gotta pack it for every reason, every season, be it night or day. I gotta pack up the Louis. I love my Louis when I go away.
Joseph here.
How'd you get this number?
I really wouldn't worry about that if I were you. I think you should be more concerned about the present I had my boy leaving your car. Again.
What?
Yeah, if I were you, I'd pull over and get to a safe distance. Because I'm going to call him and tell him to press the button any time now. Bye, MacArthur.
He thought he got away from me, but I knew exactly where he was going. The only thing I had to do was get there first. While looking through his files, I found out he had a pilot's license and owned a private jet. And now I had it in my sights. The first thing to do was phone him back.
Is that you, MacArthur? I take it you're well away from your car by now. Because I'm just about to call my triggerman and tell him to push that button.
Well, you better do it quickly, because I'm looking right at you.
What are you talking about?
See you in a minute. I knew what I had to do. I was doing it for Roxy, for everyone he'd ever tormented and victimized in his life. I just hoped it was a good idea. So, there I was. I was suspended from the force pending investigation. I needed to get out of the city. I didn't know where I was going to go. I figured I'd just see where the road took me. I wasn't meant to leave the state, but I felt like I had to go. So who knew where I'd end up? Like I said, Los Santos. It's one hell of a town.